Hi everyone. Today we will have some fun. We will look into the one of the iconic Persian food and recipe and how to make it.
You know that moment when a dish is so incredible it literally gets launched into space? Well, that's exactly what happened with today's recipe. We're diving into Ghormeh Sabzi, Iran's national dish that's so beloved it became the first Iranian meal served in orbit.
And it's not just astronauts who are obsessed with this dish. Ghormeh Sabzi is considered the king of Persian stews. And once you understand why, you'll never look at herb-based dishes the same way again.
So, what exactly makes this dish so special? I mean, there are plenty of stews out there, right?
Well, it's all about the unique combination of ingredients. At its heart, Ghormeh Sabzi is a rich stew that combines meat, usually lamb or beef, with a very specific mixture of herbs and kidney beans.
When you say specific mixture of herbs, what are we talking about exactly?
The key herbs are parsley, cilantro, and fenugreek. These aren't just garnishes, there's the foundation of the dish. In fact, sabzi literally means herbs in Persian.
Ah, that makes sense. And I've heard there's something special about how these herbs are prepared.
Yes, and this is where many people go wrong. The herbs need to be fried until they develop a deep, dark green color. This process is crucial for developing the stew's complex flavor profile.
Wait, you fry the herbs? I don't think I've ever heard of that technique before.
Exactly. And here's something fascinating. The color of the final dish can actually vary from vibrant green to almost black, depending on how long you fry the herbs.
Does that affect the taste?
It absolutely does. The darker versions can become bitter, which is why many modern recipes recommend stopping at a dark green color to maintain the bright, fresh flavors.
You know what's really interesting? This dish actually has ancient roots dating back to the Persian Empire.
That's right. It was served in royal courts during the Achaemenid Empire, which existed from 550 to 330 BCE. But what's remarkable is how it's evolved from a royal dish to become the heart of Iranian home cooking.
Speaking of evolution, I heard there's another ingredient that's absolutely crucial to the modern version. Dried limes?
Yes, these are called limoo amani, and they're one of the most distinctive ingredients. They're whole limes that have been boiled in salt water and then dried until they're hard and dark.
And what do they add to the dish?
They provide this incredible tangy, citrusy flavor that cuts through the richness of the meat and herbs. You pierce them with a fork before adding them to the stew.
So let's break down the cooking process. Where do we start?
First, you want to sauté onions until they're golden brown, then add turmeric and your meat, whether that's lamb or beef, and brown it well.
Okay, and then what about those herbs we talked about?
You'll want to fry them separately. This is a crucial step. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes until they reach that perfect dark green color.
And then you just combine everything?
Well, yes, but then comes the most important part, patience. This stew needs to simmer for at least 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours? That's quite a commitment.
It is, but that's what makes it special. You know, there's a saying that you can judge a Persian cook by their Ghormeh Sabzi.
Really? No pressure there.
Here's something fascinating. Did you know this dish is so important to Iranian culture that there's actually an International Ghormeh Sabzi Appreciation Day?
You're kidding. When is it?
Iranians in the diaspora celebrate it 2 days after Thanksgiving. It's become this wonderful tradition that connects people to their cultural heritage.
That's amazing. And speaking of cultural significance, you mentioned it being served in space?
Yes. Astronaut Jasmine Moghbeli made history by making it the first Iranian dish served in outer space. Just shows how far this dish has come from its ancient origins.
From royal courts to outer space, that's quite a journey. But let's get back to making it. What about the kidney beans?
The kidney beans are added near the end of cooking, about 30 minutes before the dish is done. They add both protein and a creamy texture to the stew.
And how do you know when it's ready?
The meat should be tender enough to break apart easily, and the stew should have this incredible aroma from the herbs and dried limes.
What do people typically serve it with?
It's traditionally served over Persian steamed rice, or polo. Some people also enjoy it with lavash bread and a side of Shirazi salad.
You mentioned some common mistakes earlier. What should people watch out for?
The biggest mistake is rushing the cooking process. This dish needs time to develop its flavors. Another common error is not frying the herbs long enough.
Any tips for getting the herbs right?
Use fresh herbs whenever possible, and make sure they're completely dry before chopping. Wet herbs won't fry properly.
And what about the dried limes? I imagine those might be hard to find in some places.
You can find them in Middle Eastern or East Asian food shops, or order them online. There's really no good substitute. They're essential for the authentic taste.
Is there any way to make this dish vegetarian?
Actually, yes. Some people replace the meat with mushrooms or tofu. The key is maintaining that rich, hearty texture.
That's good to know. How long will leftovers keep?
Here's the best part. Ghormeh Sabzi actually tastes better the next day. The flavors continue to develop, and it can keep in the fridge for several days.
That's perfect for meal prep.
Exactly. And you can even freeze portions for up to 3 months. Just reheat gently to maintain the texture of the herbs.
What about the nutritional value? This seems like it would be pretty healthy.
It's incredibly nutritious. You're getting protein from the meat and beans, plus all the vitamins and antioxidants from the fresh herbs.
And I imagine all those herbs must add a lot of flavor without needing much salt.
Exactly. The herbs and dried limes provide so much natural flavor that you don't need to rely heavily on salt.
You know what's really striking about this dish? How it brings people together.
That's so true. In Persian culture, food is about more than just eating. It's about gathering, sharing, and creating memories.
And Ghormeh Sabzi seems to be at the heart of that tradition.
Absolutely. It's one of those dishes that tells a story about family, about culture, about the patience and care that goes into great cooking.
Any final tips for someone attempting this for the first time?
Take your time, don't rush the process, and remember that practice makes perfect. Your first Ghormeh Sabzi might not be restaurant quality, but that's okay. Each time you make it, you'll learn something new about the balance of flavors and timing.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely inspired to give this a try.
Just remember, patience with the herbs, don't skip the dried limes, and give it plenty of time to simmer.
And maybe one day, my Ghormeh Sabzi will be good enough to serve in space.
Well, until then, serving it on Earth is just fine too.
Let's go, open up your mind and grow. Facts and stories, things you never know. Every episode, we light the glow. Step into the world of Mad Show. Turn it up, let the rhythm flow. Feel the beat, take control. Don't be shy, just let it go. This is where the magic grows. Tune in now, it's the Mash Show. Lights up bright and minds will glow. Every day we learn and grow. Come along and join the flow. New ideas begin to shine. Breaking limits, crossing lines. Every moment feels divine. In the world of Mash Show time. Turn it up, let the rhythm flow. Feel the beat, take control. Don't be shy, just let it go. This is where the magic grows. Tune in now, it's the Mash Show. Lights up bright and minds will glow. Every day we learn and grow. Come along and join the flow.